Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first video in what should be a 5-part series on the various aspects of severe weather. A new video will be released each week with a new topic of discussion, sort of in everything you always wanted to know about severe weather but were afraid to ask. We hope you find these videos informative as well as entertaining as we cover topics such as the parameters and tools used to forecast severe weather, how and where to shelter when severe weather is in your area, the roles and limitations of radar in detecting severe weather, and more. And if you like these videos and you're watching them on our YouTube channel, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button, as that really helps us out quite a bit. We also have an option to support our Chase team using Patreon. You can check that out on our website at www.nmscas.org to see what support levels we have available. So on to today's topic, which is the agencies responsible for generating severe weather forecasts and outlooks. And let's dive right in. The first main agency is the Storm Prediction Center, or SPC. They cover all of the United States, and they're most known, or you're most familiar with their work, of the 8-day severe outlook. And that's when you see they put these color-coded graphics up showing marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, or high. Or you may see it on your local network news. They say, hey, we got a level 3 severe threat today. And that is based off this Storm Prediction Center. And let's go into how they come up with these, how they decide if it's enhanced, moderate, slight, or a high-risk day. They take it based on the day, and I'm going to use day 1 as an example here in this graphic. You'll see like the outlook probability of the various severe weather having. And let's just say go for your tornado, they think there's going to be a 15% chance. Now what that means, within 25 miles of any given point in that area, they believe there's a 15% chance of a tornado developing. And you see, depending on whether it's tornado wind or hail, different percentages warrant a different risk level. Obviously, a tornado being the most severe, it gets the higher risk levels at the lower percentages. Also wanted to touch you, I know you can see on here next to some of the percentages that SIG severe. That is a significant severe designation, and they issue that when they think not only will there be severe weather, but there's a chance of significant severe weather forming. Now, what that the designation adds, let's just go back to say 15% significant severe for tornado. What that means, the 15%, as I've just discussed, means there's a 15% chance of a tornado forming within 25 miles of any given point. But that significant severe designation means out of those tornadoes, there's a 10% chance of the tornado forming being EF2 or stronger. And then the criteria for significant severe for wind is 80 miles an hour or stronger, and for hail is hailstones 2 inches or larger in diameter. So that's, and how that is illustrated on the chart is that you'll see a black hatched area. And that's designating the areas that are in the significant severe area. So if it's a high risk day for tornadoes and it's 45% SIG severe, once again, that means 45% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. And of those, there's another 10% chance of those being EF2 or stronger. All right, the next thing that they will release will be mesoscale discussions. Excuse me. And those are issued day of severe weather events, and that's when they highlight a specific area. You can see in the little red bubbled in area on this graphic that they're wanting to concentrate on. And they'll issue them before a watch is issued, saying, hey, in the next 3 to 4 hours, we believe tornadoes or severe weather is going to develop. Here's the odds we think of a watch being issued for this area. Here's why we think it is. That's all discussed in the text below. But they will also issue that, during severe weather. I've seen it for, if they've got a storm producing a tornado that's had a habit of doing damage, they'll issue a localized small mesoscale discussion for just that storm. They'll do it for heavy snow, for freezing rain, any significant severe weather event that they think warrants special attention. They will get you a mesoscale discussion on it. Now, the next thing that they do is they are the agency responsible for issuing all severe thunderstorm and tornado watches for the entire United States. Those all come from the Storm Prediction Center. And there's basically two different types of watches for severe thunderstorm and tornado. There's just your regular watch where they say conditions are favorable. Here's what we think could happen. But they're usually issued, they're 7 to 8 hours in duration. Now, on very rare severe weather days, they will issue what they call a PDS watch, which means particularly dangerous situations. And those are the times they think, obviously, there will be severe weather, but there's a high likelihood of it being very strong, significant severe weather. And they just want to call your attention and say, this is something you really need to pay attention to. Don't take this for granted. All right, now then, we've gone over the Storm Prediction Center that has the entire United States. So let's come in now to more local, your area, and that's going to be taken over by the National Weather Service. So whereas Storm Prediction Center has the entire U.S., the country is broken into what they call county warning areas, and each National Weather Service agency is responsible for their own county warning area. And as you can see here, Mississippi is covered by 4 National Weather Service agencies. Memphis has the north part of the state, Jackson has the center, and then the southern is split between Mobile and New Orleans National Weather Service agencies. And the National Weather Service, they're most common, them for your daily forecast. Hey, today is going to be sunny, 75, wind south 5 to 10 miles an hour. But in addition to that, they also issue your flood, winter storm watches. Now, where I told you the Storm Prediction Center does all severe thunderstorm and tornado watches, your National Weather Service will do your flood and winter storm watches in that. But they will also issue all of your warnings, your severe thunderstorm warnings, your tornado warnings, your winter storm warnings. All warnings are done locally by your National Weather Service office. And then the criteria for a severe thunderstorm to be warned to be severe, it's got to have 1-inch hail or 58-mile-an-hour winds. And you'll see here, this graphic, this is just a typical severe thunderstorm warning that I pulled off the internet. And as you can, the way they're all laid out the same, that's one good thing about the National Weather Service. Each agency follows a set criteria of how a warning is laid out. So it doesn't matter where you are, all the warnings look the same, so you know where to scroll to get the information. And on this one, the first one, very first part, it tells you what it is and where it's for. Then they'll go down, here's how long it's valid for. Now, the next one, why are they issuing the warning? And so this one, severe thunderstorm is located near Wright City, moving east at 35 miles an hour. All right, why did they warn it? And here's why. They got golf ball size hail, which is 1.5 inches in diameter, so that beats the 1-inch minimum criteria. Where did they get this information? Was it radar detected? Was it trained weather spotters? Did the public? And as you on this one was trained weather spotters. But then one thing I really like about the warnings now is you can come on down at the very bottom on severe thunderstorms and you'll see it says tornado possible. And that means they've seen in the thunderstorm, it's got rotation, but it's not very strong or it's not particularly tight. It's broad and weak. So they're not ready to issue a tornado warning, but they're saying, hey, excuse me, this storm bears watching, keep an eye on it. It could intensify to produce a tornado and have to go tornado warned at any minute. All right, now let's go into the tornado warnings. There's 3 basic types of tornado warnings they issue. They're not all just the same. The first one is the lowest end, and it's a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. And you can see here, that's exactly how they do the wording in the warning. Now, what that means is the rotation has gotten stronger. It's tightened up. It's now a good velocity couplet, as they call it. And it could be producing a tornado, but they don't have proof of it yet. Nobody, a trained spotter has not seen it to call it in. They're not seeing evidence on radar that is on the ground, but it's done everything but produce a total tornado, and it may already have, and it's just hadn't been picked up on radar. So one you definitely need to take cover on, but they don't know for sure yet whether it's produced a tornado. The next type is a confirmed tornado. Now that can be by several ways. It can be radar confirm it, because with the our radar systems now, we can detect debris in the air. That'll be covered in another video topic. Or it's been confirmed by a trained spotter, law enforcement, or they'll even say, you know, public confirmed a tornado. But obviously that's a step up. They've now got very good evidence that a tornado was on the ground doing damage. So if you're in the path, you definitely need to take cover on that one. And the last type of tornado warning they have is a tornado emergency. Now, this is one that has obviously been confirmed. It's either been confirmed by radar or by trained spotters. So they know it's on the ground, but what gives it the tornado emergency designation is that it's getting ready or it is impacting a population center. And that's when, hey, it's coming through a populated area, a lot of lives are at risk, very dangerous situation, take cover if in the path of this storm. I said, it doesn't matter. They can have full video of a massive tornado. They know it's violent, doing damage, but if it's out in the middle of a rural area, it will not get a tornado emergency designation. That is only done for tornadoes that are confirmed and heading through a population center. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk about where a lot of people unfortunately get their severe weather information, and that's social media hype sites. And you can see them, they pop up everywhere. In the winter, they're always saying foot of snow and dangerous wind chill, record-breaking cold coming in 2 weeks. In the summer, Category 5 hurricane is going to hit Biloxi in 10 days. And in the spring, you'll see major tornado outbreak, EF5 running everywhere, you know, historical event. And I can't tell you how dangerous these sites are. Because I want to go back to the Storm Prediction Center criteria for a moment. And as you can see here with this graphic again, they only issue a high risk 2 days out, which is basically tomorrow. Because day one is always the day you're in, day two is the next day. Now, these are the people with the PhDs, the master's degrees, the years of experience in forecasting severe weather. And if they don't have the confidence to issue or call a tornado outbreak more than 2 days in advance, Bob's weather page on Facebook has no clue. They're doing this. They may have good intentions. You know, they're thinking about what they're doing. They've seen one run of one weather model and they're running with it saying, hey, this is going to happen. And you can't do that because the next model run, it will always take it out. And I'm just going to let you in on a secret. These long range models like the GFS that go out 17 days, in the winter, they're always showing a snowstorm at the end of the run. In the summer, they're always showing a hurricane getting ready to impact somewhere. In the spring, they're always showing a storm system moving through with a tornado outbreak. But that far out, they just can't grasp because all of these major severe weather events have the smallest scale differences or setups can have a major impact on the sea. You know, you think of these storm systems being huge, large, powerful, and they are, but you would be amazed how they can be impacted by small, local details that you just can't see 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks into the future. So, but while I said they may have good intentions and some of them don't, they're just trying to get likes. All they're concerned about is getting attention to their page, getting clicks so they can get advertisement money. So please, when you see something like that, take it for realize what it is. The reliable information is going to come from your Storm Prediction Center, from your National Weather Service, from your local network news meteorologist. And like I said, sites like ours, we will not overhype anything. We're not going to be one of these 10 days out of major event coming. So please know where you're getting your weather information from, as it is very important because these sites will come in and produce so much information that it's not even close to being accurate. But they'll do it because on the one chance it actually verifies, there will be, see, I called this 2 weeks ago, but highly inaccurate. and please just stick to the known sources, reliable sources of weather information. All right, well, I believe that about does it for today. I hope you found it informative, and come back and join us next week when the topic will be the different types of thunderstorms, the kind of severe weather they produce, if they can produce severe weather, and then how that is denoted and looked at on radar and the limitations of radar in detecting that severe weather. So we hope to see you then.